So mad. I'm so freaking. Okay, I just recorded like 15 minutes, first two songs of this album. My mic wasn't on. It was plugged in, but for some reason on OBS it wasn't capturing the audio. I don't have any other audio from the recording. So basically I'll just have to sum up what I liked about the first two, I guess. I put a heart next to both of the first two I really enjoyed. Hunter and Yoga. Hunter was great. You had the cool little accordion in there. I think that's what it was. The strings are back. The strings that I loved on Vespertine. It was just, I feel like it was classic Björk. It was really solid. It felt like a little bit darker. It felt similar to Vespertine, but a tinge darker, especially with the lyrics too. Her being like, I'm the hunter. And then Yoga, I just listened to. I think I liked that one a little bit more. Had a really catchy chorus to it. I feel like Björk is not someone you really think of as someone who can write a super catchy chorus, but she did on that track, definitely. This one was really swirling. I got lost in it pretty much the entire track. I remember I was talking about how I like how she phrases stuff and how she, like, this line right here, I feel emotional landscapes, how it kind of bleeds over into the pre-chorus. Like, the line continues, but then the way she sings it, you can feel a really, obvious difference between the verse and the pre-chorus. Cool phrasing in general. Yeah, this sucks. Yeah, I guess we'll just keep going. We're on Unravel. By the way, I haven't even done an intro because I guess the video will just start with that because there's no audio on the other one. Obviously, welcome. This is Homogenic by Björk. If you're new here, I've listened to Vespertine. I've listened to Debut as well. Those are the only other Björk albums that I've heard. I was also saying how I've heard Unravel. I heard it like last year, I think. The summer of last year.
While you are away, my heart comes undone in a ball of yarn.
It's even more beautiful than I remember it. I love how Björk layers the vocals here too. It's kind of chaotic. They're all happening at like the same time. It just creates that swirling feel though. It's so good. I love the kind of like windy atmosphere to this one too. Like I said, I've already heard that, but it's even more beautiful than I remember, honestly. Fantastic. I love Björk's vocals on that one. I feel like pretty much every single vocal line is just super memorable. Just a very passionate performance. Like I said, I love during the chorus, the layering of the vocals. Super, super good. Let's just keep going. I don't really have much to say about it. Bachelorette. The worst show ever. Oh. Oh my goodness. Oh. Frick. Oh, the keys. Massive. So cinematic. Oh, yes. The little electric piano in there. I love how the strings echo the melody there. There's like the accordion again. Oh, it was so cinematic, so massive. I feel like that was the most dense and lush Björk song I've heard. I feel like the mixing could have been a little bit better. That's my only gripe with it, really. Maybe it'll take a re-listen, but the mixing on a first listen just felt a little bit scuffed. But everything else I loved. Loved the echoing of that main melody with the string arrangements. You had some very chaotic percussion going out throughout the entire thing. I did like the mix in terms of obviously how massive everything felt. I just feel like there's a little bit of clarity being lost on certain instruments and stuff. We're gonna give it good. Let's keep it going. That was dark too. Like I said, I feel like we're getting kind of like darker vibes on this one. You halo all over me. I feel like there is kind of a sexual undertone. I mean, Björk's no stranger to that. That Vespertine was pretty much that. Those kind of sexual undertones for the entire album. Like, I'm just thinking, like, not till you... Can I say this? Will it get demonetized? Not till you come all over me? Super unique beat again. I love the interplay of the drums and that bass synth too. That shimmery stuff. Björk is such an interesting person, man. It's just so weird how she can write about the most like mundane things in like the most mystical way possible, you know? I just feel like Björk isn't even like a real human, you know? Like, I feel like I'm so immersed in this music right now that I don't even... Like, Björk is just some, like, alien figure, you know? I love how everything in this track, not everything, but lots of the elements are kind of softly distorted. And she mentioned soft distortion right here. Love that. Love that. That was a little bit more stripped back, a little bit more minimal and skeletal. Right, very similar to a lot of the stuff on Vespertine, but I think it was just as good. Beautiful writing. Again, I feel like she's just writing about caring for someone, loving someone, but she does it in such an interesting and mystical and magical and kind of alien way. Yeah, it was great. I don't really have much else to say. Let's keep it going. This album hasn't missed yet. We're 5 in. I have a heart next to every single one. See if it can continue that.
You think you're denying me of something? Well, I've got plenty.
That like bit crushed drum beat.
I dare you to show me your powers. I'm so bored with cowards. You can't handle.
This track is all over the place right now.
You just can't handle.
There's something super innocent about that little melody.
You can't handle love. To show me your pounds. I'm so bored of cowards that say they want, then they can't handle.
I don't think I've ever heard Björk go with the rasp like that. Love the aggression though. Ooh, good transition. Okay, I was worried that we were gonna get a weaker track there. I think it started off a bit weak, but I feel like it really picked up towards the end with the trilling strings, the emotional vocal performance. Like I said, Björk going with that rasp and that aggression. I really felt that aggression. Yeah, that kind of bit crushed beat. I still don't really know how to feel about it. I feel like it was a bit overbearing, but maybe that'll grow on me on future listens. I think it is one of the weaker ones. I probably wouldn't put a heart next to it, but still good. Just not one of my favorites. Ooh, this is great to have this after the last track too, because the last track was all about kind of that unrequited love. This person not loving her back as passionate maybe as she's loving him. And then having this track here, she's kind of questioning everything. Good flow, good track listing. Love the groove on this one. A funky little guitar? What? These like glistening synths. Oh. It's just so shimmery. Like I said, I love the groove on that one. A little bit more straightforward of a track, but that doesn't really make it that much worse. Not as like an impactful as a track as like something like Bachelorette or Unravel or pretty much the entire first half. But like I said, good groove. Love the shimmering and glistening synths just ringing throughout the entire track. Love the passion vocally on that one. Again, kind of questioning herself, questioning. Obviously, I feel like it's just straightforward. How could I be so immature? Why should I let this person dictate my life like this so much? A little bit more straightforward too, lyrically, not as much like imagery or symbolism or cryptic stuff, you know, not as alien. Overall, really enjoyed it. Let's keep it going. I feel like it is falling off a little bit, but it's still pretty quality on this second half. Ooh, I like that single cover. Sick. Oh, kind of like a hip-hop beat in the background. Sounds like almost like a gorilla song. Wait, where are we? Ooh, crescendoing cello. I love the attitude on this track. I love how punchy these drums are too. It's trip hoppy, it's hip hoppy. This is so different. It feels like a genuinely like happy song, you know? Like I feel like it's hard in music a lot of times to make a song that feels happy, that doesn't feel cheesy or forced or not genuine, you know, or insincere, I guess. That felt sincerely happy, sincerely just positive, with a little tinge of like attitude as well. It just feels good, you know, and I feel like it's a good placement coming after the last track. I was thinking like it feels a little bit unearned. I feel like there's no like progression between the depths of the last track of questioning herself and then just kind of jumping straight into this happy, joyous moment. But I feel like it actually works. I don't know. I feel like it's not forced. I feel like it kind of makes sense in the track list. Like I said, the hip-hop influence was cool, trip-hop. I feel like that's the most like straightforward and accessible Björk song I feel like I've ever heard. Probably her most different song I feel like I've heard too. Like it didn't have that usual like Björk mystical. It did with certain elements, but I feel like the hip-hop beat kind of takes it away from that in a way. But it was still fantastic. Like I said, just feel good. Let's keep it going. We got 2 more tracks. Did I give that a rating? Probably not. There you go. Like we go from what I was saying was an accessible Björk song to this. Like real dancey feel to this one. Or on the floor. I predicted it. Feels like my brain is like short-circuiting. It's like what is happening? Love that little skittering hi-hat rhythm too. Crazy. love the herky jerky nature to that. It's just it feels like it's just glitchy, you know? Throws you all over the place. Love the dancey feel of that one. Like I said, that 4 on the floor. Love the distortion on this last chorus. Her just kind of like losing her mind. Insane. We go from what I said was like an accessible Björk song to that. Like how? I feel like this album, if I do have like one negative for this album, I feel like it is a little bit inconsistent in terms of like aesthetic. I feel like it's not super cohesive, because you do get that like hip hop type beat on the last one, and then you get this like crazy glitchy dancey 4 on the floor type beat. So yeah, I feel like that's like my one minor complaint with the album so far. Let's keep it going. Did I give that a rating? Probably not. We got 2 robots making out on the cover here. I feel like that's fitting for this album, for the absurdity of this album. Oh, gosh.
To be given love, you'll be taken care of. Maybe not from the directions you are staring at. Trust your head around you. All is full of love.
Love the panning. Where did that ending come from, man? That was easily my favorite track on the album. I feel like it was such a fitting ending to the album. Just this otherworldly, meditative atmosphere that I completely got lost in. Like, I don't even know if I said anything during that. That was one of the most, like, transportative experiences I've had with music in a while. Like, that track specifically. I was just, like, looking into, like, just this absurd, kaleidoscopic display of just color. And I feel like the shimmering kind of synths and just all the textures, all the panning on that track, so good. That gave me a feeling similar to like a lot of the meditative stuff that like Swans puts out, especially on like the Seer, especially if I just like close my eyes to some of the songs on that album. I just feel like I'm just like slowly throughout the entire track just entering into a different world. As corny as that might sound, that track did the same thing for me. And I love all is full of love all around you. And the first time she says that after all around you, the vocals start panning. They're legit all around you, which is obviously intentional. Again, that's another track where Björk just feels non-human. You know, it just feels like she's this otherworldly entity just like floating in the headphones. That track made me float. Definitely. That was so good. I don't know if it tops Vespertine for me, the album in general. I feel like Vespertine's flow was a little bit better and it felt a little bit more cohesive. But I think this one honestly had more like interesting ideas. While the cohesion isn't as good, I feel like the ideas, the single song ideas, are probably more interesting on this album. So yeah, this is great. This is like up there with Vespertine for me. I don't really have much else to say. I mean, Björk is just, she's otherworldly, man. She's just super interesting. It's difficult to kind of capture the aura that she captures and how she portrays herself in her music, you know? I think that's going to do it. Loved this. This was great. Can't wait to check out more Björk. I need to check out Post, I believe. I know she dropped an album last year, Fosora, I think it was what it was. That's going to do it for this video. Let me know your thoughts on this album. Let me know any insight you have down below. As always, love reading your comments. Thanks for the support. As always, go join the Patreon if you want. $4 a month, like I said, uncut reactions. And that's going to do it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out. Bye.